Hello everyone, welcome back for another video tutorial. So for the first video tutorial, video number one, we have covered three different topics already. Okay, so now let's move on to video number two. So for this video, you will learn a couple topics below. Okay, doing a math and making decision. All right, so let's go ahead and looking at your script one more time. So previously we have learned how do we manage the data in the memory using variable declaration and data assignments to assign a value and plus operator to combine things together. We also learned about the use of toString that allow any number to transform itself into text. We also learned about the use of string literal operation so that when you want to reference to the value, it doesn't matter it is text or number. You can just put dollar signs and the name of variable to obtain this value in text, and this is done automatically in the print function. All right. So now let me remove this. Okay, and then we go from scratch a little bit so that we have space enough for our discussion. So we have already covered number three. Then we're gonna go for number four, doing a math. Oh, sorry, this should be there. Okay, and again, this is the beginning of your command. This is the end of your command. Everything inside this one is called the function body. You put your code right there, and your code will be executed automatically. All right. Okay, why brackets? In Python, you have the concept of colon and indentation. Okay, but in Dust and C language best, then they usually use bracket to denote the beginning and the end of your control. All right, doing a math. Let's say imagines that you would like to create the script that allow you to do conversion and display temperature in Celsius from Fahrenheit or vice versa. For example, let's say that in the business, okay, we say that we want to convert a temperature value from Celsius to Fahrenheit, for example. Then this is a good example that allow you to see how do you perform this in your Dash code. So over here, first we should have the storage space to store the value of Celsius. In this case, you can say, okay, my Celsius is going to be C will be equal to, let's say, 20 degrees Celsius. Now, keep in mind that every time you're trying to make the new variable for your reference, this is meaning you make the allocation of your memory in your RAM or your dynamic memory space. So therefore, you have to tell what what is the size of this by telling them what's the data type. So we say it's going to be double. And you can put something like 20.5 as well or 20.0. Okay. All right. Now, in order to do conversion first, we come up with the equation first. We know that C divided by 5 will be equal to F minus 32 divided by 9. So that's going to be basic equation that allow you to transform C into Fahrenheit. Now, if you directly use this equation, usually it is best practice if you can say this is the end so that you never have any missings or confusion whenever you have so many brackets together. Okay, so usually I put the comment. All right, so now if you put it that way and put semicolon right there, you can see that there are two errors that happens in this operation. First, they say, hey, no, you haven't defined who is F. F supposed to be output as well, and C is supposed to be the input that allow you to take it in and then convert it into the output F. Usually when you want to do mathematical operation, okay, we usually put the output on the left hand side of equal signs, and whatever is input, we put it on the right hand side of the equal sign. One more time. When you do any data assignment or mathematical operation, the left hand side of equal is going to be output, and the right hand side of equal is going to be input. Now, you can see that this is mixed up because C is supposed to be in on the right hand side and F is supposed to be at the left hand side, right? So what we can do is that we can switch the place. So let's take a look at this. So I'm going to switch the place and then put equal right here. Okay, all right. Now we see another error message saying this is impossible, man, because whatever happened in the left hand side of equal signs, it just should be the variable alone. You cannot perform any operation on the left hand side of equal sign. So that's going to be the deal. So in order to overcome this problem, then you can just move all of this operation to the other side. Now this is the equation, right? So you can see that to get rid of 9, you multiply 9 by both sides. So that is why when you multiply 9 by both sides, okay, then this one become, divided by 9, multiplied by 9 become 1. So that will be gone, right, in equation. And now in order to get rid of another operation here, then what you can do is you can plus 32 on the left hand side and plus 32 on the right hand side as well. And you can see that minus and plus with the same value cancel out, and the only thing left over on the left hand side is the f. Okay, so as you can see, then this is possible. So all of the operation should be happens on the right hand side of the equal sign. The left hand side of equal sign is left over only for the name of your variable. Now the only problems that we have so far right here is they say f is not defined. So every time when you want to use variable, if it is the new one and you have not defined yet, you have to do so. So in this case, guess what? If the input is double, after this operation, what should be the data type for f? The answer is double. So you put double in front of f. Okay, all right. Now once you have this, you can print this out. So you can say print, and now I'm gonna print f first as the output. And here we go. So they say that after conversion, you got 68 for your output. Now I want to tell that the 20 Celsius is equal to 68 Fahrenheit. Okay, so what I should do is that instead of just printing out the value of f, I can just put double quote first. Somebody asked me, if I just put the double quote, what is the output? The output is going to be empty message like that. Okay, so now we want to refer to the value of c, but this is actually is going to be the value of c. Remember what is the operator that we use to make the prefix for this? We use the dollar sign. So whenever you use dollar sign before the name of variable, it's going to take the value of this one, convert it into text, and put it right in this slot for you automatically. And we say that this value in Celsius is equal to, okay, in Fahrenheit, in F, let's say, for example, all right, and make it simple. In C is equal to, now I'm gonna put the value of F at this position, so therefore I can refer to the name of variable, and since I want to get this value, not just this name, so therefore I just put the dollar signs. And when I print it out, you can see that now they say 20 in Celsius is equal to 68 in Fahrenheit. Okay, so therefore over here, whenever you want to put any text, you can just put normal text as you like. But whenever you have dollar signs, the program will tell the compiler, I want to take the value from this variable. I want to take the value of this variable. That value will be located right here. So that is why 20 is come first. And the value of f is going to be located right here. So that's why the value is right here. Okay, so the concept of string little o is really useful and is going to be beneficial whenever you want to combine many messages or value together in this message manner. Okay, all right, so now we have done with the mathematical expression. So you can do whatever you like on the right hand side of your equal sign for your mathematical operation. In this case, we have multiplication, division, and addition. Okay, and it is also wise to also put the parentheses. So therefore, we know that this should be divided by 5 first, multiplied by 9 before you add it with 32. Okay, all right, so that's going to be all for doing the math. I mean, you cannot go online and look for more example about this. Okay, now let's go for another topics for this video tutorial. So we're gonna make decision. So over here, in business, we always make decision, okay, that if the weather is night, we go to the movie, okay? Well, goes. What about, I think movie is tedious now, right? Go shopping. Otherwise, stay home, okay? Which is not productive at all, but who knows? All right. Now that is the business context, right? How do you implement this business context in your DAS language? Well, whenever you're trying to implement any context like this, we call the business logic. You know, the logic require the use of making decision or do it again many times or just even composition for each of this. That's become the logic. Now, the logics that we want to perform is going to be making decision for this example. In DAS, okay, you can use the key term if as the reserved word first and followed by your condition. And usually we will wrap the condition into parentheses. Now, just like when you try to specify or describe the beginning and the end of your script, for any conditional statements or making decision statements, you also need to have the beginning and the end as well. So that is why you put the brackets right here. Okay, the things that go inside this parenthesis is going to be used to make decision. So for example, we say that if the weather is nice, we go shopping. But this is just too subjective because we cannot make decision. We have this, we have this information that C is equal to 20, but we cannot just whether or not this is nice or not. So therefore, you're gonna have to implement your own logic in this case. Let's say for example, so instead of saying it's night, you might say if the weather, okay, if the temperature, okay, is I would say less than 25, then we go shopping, otherwise stay home. Same thing, so over here inside parentheses that you can use to define your making decision statement. So you say if the C value if less than, okay, 25, for example, and then see if this is correct or this is true become true, then it's gonna trigger this body. So over here we say print go shopping, for example. All right, so now let's say that we only have one way out right now, that if this less than 25 we go shopping. So if I run this one, you can see that now it say go shopping. Okay, now because let's say that I want to exercise the program so that this is not true anymore. So if this is not true, it means that the C value should be greater than 25, right? Or equal to 25. So for example, if I put this to be 25, which is not less than 25 anymore, then the program not supposed to print me this message. Now let's take a look. Okay, here we go. So now we have exercise that if this is not true, then this one will not be there for you. Now this is going to be a problem because we want to exercise both ways, either yes or no, right? So that is why in DAS, whenever you say otherwise, okay, then you can have another key term right here we call else to represent otherwise, okay? And just like the if, then you can put the beginning and the end of your statement right here. And you might wonder, do I need to put parentheses for this? No, because you did not make decision anymore. You already make decision right here. So therefore, for the L part, you only have the brackets, okay? And then you can say print stay home and semicolon. Now, every time that if you miss something like semicolon is not there, the program wait for a while, then it's going to show that you need to complete it. Okay, all right? Or if you put some variable which is not defined yet, then as you can see, the CC name is not defined, then you're gonna have to fix it. Either you change it to be C or you create another CC variable above. Keep in mind that the program is top-down manner. So whenever you refer to this one first, it means that this one will be executed first. Then this time they know who is C, right? So if you move this guy down below, as you can see, then they will say, hey, I do not know who is C, even though you have it right here. It doesn't mean that it's gonna be okay, because they say this guy should be executed first before you can reference to it. Okay, all right. Let's run the program one more time. Okay, so they say stay home. Now, if I just put like 24, this time it's gonna turn it into go shopping. All right. So this is an easy example. Now let me go over another possible condition. As you can see over here, we only have two way outs. Okay, only have two way outs. Either yes or no. So if this is yes, then do this. If this is not, do this. Okay, so that's the structure for making decision. Now, what if I have another condition? Say if the temperature is below 25, then we go shopping, and then I have another condition comes in. If the temperature is less than 30, but it's greater than and equal to 25, then we are going to go maybe sleeping. Okay, all right, and then otherwise then stay home, we stay home. So that's going to be human description. Okay, so as you can see in this case, we introduce another condition, right? So the first condition say if this is the case, do this. Then we say if we have another condition, we do this. And you might wonder, how can I implement another condition? So this is going to be supposed to be the first condition, so we put it at the top. The otherwise, which is the last condition, right? It is like this is, if this is not true anymore, this is like no, then it's go to the last statement in your conditional block right here. Now, since you introduce the second condition right here, now you can insert another condition, and you might say, okay, I know that we can make another condition by just copy this, put it right here, and then over here we're gonna say go sleeping. And now for this condition, because you have the range of this, so is it possible that I implement things like this, like C is gonna be less than 30, okay, and also greater than. So how do you say that both of them should be the same? Like this should be greater than 30 and it should be greater than, less than 30 and greater than and equal to 25. So you might say, okay, how about we just put like greater than and 25? Okay, then that's going to be error. So you should tell this into two different portions. First, you already have this portion for comparison. If you want to say and in that, then you put this operator, double and. So that double and is the logical comparison in dust. Okay, we say this should be there, and also C should be greater than and equal to 25. If this is the case, we go sleeping. All right. Now, unlike the previous one, so whenever you have more than one condition, the second subsequent condition, instead of using just if, we put if, for example. Okay, all right. Now you can run this script, and it should show go shopping because this value is go below 25. So let me go for 26. For 26, this condition will be true, and we're gonna go for sleeping. Okay, now if I raise this number by above the 30, let's say 31, then it's gonna say stay home. All right. Okay, So as you can see, so this is how we actually solve the problem. Now let me make the some of the remark here is that I have seen that some of you, whenever you already have make the variable declaration, now I have seen in some other student work is that you also double make declaration like this, like C again one more time. So in this case, if you're trying to do, even though that the value is going to be the new one, if you use or refer to the same variable that you have defined above, and you do it again, you're going to see this message saying the name C is already defined, and we consider this to be double declaration. You should not, or you should never make double declaration in your code. Okay, just to make some remind some here for you. Okay, now I think that should be good enough for this video tutorial. Then I think if you want to make practice, you can develop the script, okay, to take the student score and then print out their output like A, B, C, D using the range standard. Okay, so I can give you this assignment for now, and you can also try it yourself to see if you can make it happen. For example, how about this? Let me put it right here. Okay, so make a program to print out student grade. Okay, so for example, if the value of the score is less than or greater than 80, okay, equal to 80, then that's going to be A. So if this value is between, I would say 71, okay. How about if I put it as the range? Okay, so it's going to be 71 to about 79. Then we put B. And then if we go for 61 to about 69, I would say, how about if we make it simple for students? So that's going to be 70. This is going to be 60. And for 69, then it's going to be C. And then less than 60, we call fail, for example. Okay, you can practice to see if you can bring this one as the output. Keep in mind that first you need to have the storage space as a variable to store the score first, and then you can use the score and make it happen like this. Okay, all right guys, so I think this is all for this video tutorial. Then I'll see you in the next one. Thank you.